This is how much dried lobster mushroom sells for online. Almost $120 a pound. I think dried out we'd have about a pound and a half.
No way.
Yeah, because we've probably got about 5 or 6 pounds of mushrooms. We're Michael and Holliff. Together with our German Shepherd Kana,
This is for you.
we've been traveling full-time around the United States in our camper van.
Anna, what you doing?
We arrived in Canada to explore the vast land of the Great White North. So come, join us and travel around Canada in our home on wheels. Previously, we explored Fogo Island, a unique island off the coast of Newfoundland. We saw the Fogo Island Inn
Morning's work, and he had the cutter. He could just cut the fish
and toured Tilting, the most Irish town in the world outside of Ireland.
Let me go home.
We've been exploring Newfoundland for a while now, and while it's known for its rugged, beautiful coastline, there's a lot of other aspects of the island to discover.
Timbits. And double. If you think gas prices are bad, wait until you get to Newfoundland. I think that's about 10 or 20 cents per liter more expensive.
Yes, gas is expensive here. Today, we're going out for a hike in Grand Falls-Windsor. It's in the interior portion of Newfoundland, where we discovered this mushroom gem on our trail. Lobsters. Look at how big that is. That is a lobster mushroom, and you can smell a faint seafood taste on it. These need to be cleaned up pretty good. Gonna eat well tonight. Stay. It's going to be a busy evening for us, so we decide to check into a campground for the evening.
Michael, what was the last?
DEMMONS. So if you watched our other videos, you might have known that Holliff and I have kind of taken an interest in mushrooms. One of the characteristics of chanterelle. This is gnocchi and chanterelle mushrooms. And these ones are called lobster mushrooms. They're not actually mushrooms, they're a fungus that grows on a poisonous mushroom, but it neutralizes all the stuff in that. The great part about a lobster mushroom is that it's usually orangish, with orangish to red, and it has a faint seafood-like smell. So we lucked out both ways. It looks kind of lobstery and it smells kind of seafoody. But just to be sure, I checked with experts, and that's what I have. This is how much dried lobster mushroom sells for online. Almost $120 a pound. I think dried out we'd have about a pound and a half.
No way.
Yeah, because we probably got about 5 or 6 pounds of mushrooms. Of course, I probably have enough here for several meals.
Are they gonna reduce to a small pile?
Oh yeah, they're like 70 to 90% water, so they will get smaller for sure. I am in the process right now of picking them apart, cleaning them up, and getting them ready for something good to eat.
It doesn't smell good at all, nor look pretty, but it's supposed to taste pretty good after being cooked.
The next step for these is to clean them up, get some of the dirt off them. I usually just give them, I've been told to just give them a dip, brush off the dirt, and just make sure there's no deer pee on them. Of course, it's Newfoundland, there's no deer here anyway, but there's moose, and I'm guessing moose pee a lot more than deer, so. And then I'm gonna pull them apart right here. So we get that out. You wanna make sure there's no slugs in them. Sometimes slugs get in them and cause holes. It's okay if you take them out, just clean the area where they were.
Beautiful color.
Yeah, it is.
It does look like a crab shell, isn't it?
It sort of does. Like that skin looks like a cooked lobster or crab.
You think they really smell like seafood?
Some of them do to me, yes. Not all of them, but there's a couple of them there that when I smelled them, yes, it did smell like seafood. Oh yeah, that's got a real seafood smell to it. Definitely smells like shellfish. The lobsters are one of the top rated mushrooms to eat. Not just edible, they're edible and choice, they call it. So it's a choice, top choice of mushrooms. What I like best about the lobster mushroom is the same thing I like about chanterelles. It's really hard to misidentify them. You kind of know what you have. This is definitely a lobster mushroom, but still I checked. We just lucked out today, or should I say Holliff lucked out today. I happened to be looking in the other direction. Holliff was looking in the right direction, and we found a big patch of these. Like we took about 10-15% of them. So I'm hoping to make lobster mushroom risotto tonight. This is more normal. I'm gonna cut the bottom off it. That's probably pretty good. Look at those. Oh my God. Getting the bottom off it. I feel like I'm throwing lobster claws away.
That's pretty much it. Look at that. It looks like really meaty, isn't it?
Oh, they're very dense.
Very interesting. I've never seen anything like this before. What are you gonna do with them?
I'm just gonna fry them up in oil and salt and see what they taste like.
Setting up our cooking show on the picnic table. Look at that. They're ready to cook. We're planning on cooking a few dishes out of these lobster mushrooms, and one of them is just the simplest way.
This may be our end days here. Just gonna make a little appetizer. Lobster mushrooms, fried in oil, a bit of salt, and I'm gonna put them in the oven for 15 minutes. Smell good?
Smells somewhat good. You smell it?
Yep.
I'll eat it. It smells good. The oven is heating up to 350 degrees.
Put them in here on 350. I'm going to actually eat one. They're so good. It's very meaty like a portobello, but it just has a nice flavor to it and I can't describe it. I'm not good at that kind of thing.
Incomparable with anything else I've ever tasted before.
Those are really meaty, aren't they? Yum.
It's really good. You know, if you go to Asia, there's a lot of this barbecue food stall. Just have roasted pork and roasted ducks hanging on the windows. That reminds me of the crispy duck dish. It just looks so meaty, so chunky, and it is satisfying to actually be able to chew it in a dish.
It looks like meat, doesn't it?
Yep.
But they don't taste anything like it.
Nope. Hey, kinda. What you doing, girl?
Our next project with these mushrooms is how to preserve them. Obviously, we'll want to save the leftover mushrooms that we plan on using at a later time. One way is to slice them into slivers of mushrooms and put them into bags. That involves lots and lots of cutting. We needed to get those big bags.
Yeah.
But these will do for now. You obviously can't eat these all. I've been told that they freeze okay. But you know, we've tasted them. They taste really good. So I'm assuming a little freezing is not going to hurt anything. But if it does, then that's okay. We got them for free. And voila, we ended up with these ready to freeze. I chopped some up into small edible cubes here because I'm going to pre-cook them and put them in the risotto later. Go away, Lee. I'm going to save as much as the liquid in it as possible and add it to the risotto. Look at the color on these mushrooms. Holy crap, they're so good. It actually looks like you're frying up pieces of lobster. Very happy right now. The more we can pick from the wild, the more money we'll have saved so I can buy beer.
It does look like lobster now. Or crab or something. Maybe not crab.
Yes, there's actually a recipe online. Make lobster rolls. We got lots of them. We can do it.
Absolutely.
We just need cheap-ass hot dog buns to do it with.
Are we officially mushroom hunters?
Well, we found these kind of by fluke. We weren't even hunting mushrooms. So no, we're not. But we'll take them when we get them.
Yes.
That's a lot of mushrooms for risotto, but I say that as though I've ever cooked risotto before.
I thought it's gonna be reduced a lot more, but this is actually just a big amount of lobster mushrooms ended up in the dish. So looking forward to this.
Next, we'll use them in our main dish. Risotto rice with lobster mushrooms.
What do you need to cook risotto?
I need rice. Arborito rice or arborino, whatever it's called.
And garlic, oil.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Broccoli.
And broccoli.
Like small, really small?
Not real small, just chunks. Like that. Just so that you can have something to bite into.
The star of the dish is
lobster mushrooms. Forgot. Constantly stir risotto. Otherwise, it'll burn to the pan. Imbar starter be doop be doop be doo. Reindeer starter be doo doo. Bark 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 bark.
No, when you put the mushroom, I think it's gonna be over.
Oh, I'm gonna put the mushrooms on top.
Oh, just a garnish.
And a lot of this liquid will be gone soon. This is going to be the best risotto I've ever made. Also, this will be the first risotto I've ever made. Let's put some cheese in it. Some parm. I'm gonna put some lobster mushrooms in here. Put them all throughout. And turn this into a lobster mushroom risotto. I need a slightly bigger pan, don't I? Put the happy little lobster mushrooms in there. If you don't have lobster mushrooms, you can use cremini, you can use button. After all, it's your risotto. You can use whatever you want. Look at that cheese in there. See, all this is cheese. All right, let's see how this stuff tastes. A little bit of risotto, some green onions.
Get that, guys. Would you eat it? Yes, of course you would. Look delish.
If it looks good, eat it. However, some of the most poisonous mushrooms look really good. Alright, I gotta see how this tastes. I would say that's good. It needs a little bit of salt, maybe some pepper. I didn't want to put too much in because I didn't want to ruin it for you. You're gonna like this, Holly.
The mushroom is definitely the chewiest. Is that the word? I think so. It's really good. Successful dinner, Michael. I think.
Maybe I put too much Parmesan cheese in it.
No, never.
That's like saying you put too much bacon in something. Olive gets his rice and an Italian dinner.
And the lobster mushroom.
And lobster mushrooms. Okay, I've got 3 firsts. 1, I've never had lobster mushrooms. 2, I've never had risotto.
Never had risotto?
No. And number 3, I've never cooked risotto with lobster mushrooms in it.
I'm looking forward to our next adventure with finding mushrooms.
Yep. And you're making fun of me for not having risotto before, but you lived in Italy for 6 months. Of course you had risotto.
I didn't have risotto in Italy.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, we hoped you liked this video. I mean, I don't know if you can like it or not because you never got to taste it, but if you did like the process of the video, give it a thumbs up on YouTube. If you want to follow us and see our adventures around North America with maybe a different type of mushroom next time, press the subscribe button. And if you want to get notifications every time we post something new, which might be cooking,
Hit the bell.
thank you very much for watching.
Thanks for watching. I didn't do it. I didn't touch it. I don't know where it went. Kind of ruining it.